What's good, YouTube? In this video, we're going to be talking about how to play Lifeline in ranked arenas. Now in this video, I'm going to go over the importance of Lifeline in ranked arenas, tips and tricks, the best guns for Lifeline, the best legend comps, and also the best map. Now, when you choose Lifeline in ranked arenas, you need to understand that, one, she's a top tier legend in arenas. She's someone who is always targeted because she's probably the most important on arenas, right? She has the ability to make a game from nothing into something, and this all comes from really her abilities and how much it helps the team out. Or Lifeline is probably the best support legend that you could have on the team. The main reason is because of her passive. Her passive allows you to res a teammate while not actually resing, meaning you could res your teammate with your drone while still fight or give cover to your teammate or just do whatever you want to do. So when you choose Lifeline, you need to understand that majority of the times people will mainly focus on you because they want you out the game first, or at least they want you knocked first, and vice versa. If you see a Lifeline on the enemy team, you for sure want to aim or focus on her. You guys want to team shoot that Lifeline because she's the person you need to get out the game, because she could be definitely frustrating and annoying to go against, but also the best to have on the team. Now, some tips with Lifeline that I would recommend is always grab the gold bag. Now, I understand that the gold bag could cost a lot. It doesn't cost that much, but in the early rounds it could definitely cost a lot. The gold bag costs 300 materials, so in the first round you probably won't be able to get it unless if you probably use a gun like the Mozambique. If you pair it up with the blue Mozam, that means that you'll have 75 extra materials after you grab a gold bag. So you could grab like an extra shield cell, which is a technique that I've been doing a lot when I choose Lifeline. So in the first round I'll choose a Mozambique blue level, so I'll level it up twice, and then I'll grab the gold bag and I'll grab one shield cell. This gives you extra shields and it gives you the ability to res your teammates with gold bag, and usually the other team doesn't expect it. So this gold bag comes in clutch all the time. But from the second round and on, I definitely recommend grabbing the gold bag no matter what. If you need to communicate to your teammates that you don't have that many resources like shield batteries or shields, grenades or whatever, ask your teammates to probably help you and buy a battery or shield cell or something extra for you so they could drop it for you, because they should know that you're grabbing a gold backpack that costs an extra 300. Now, when you use your passive or when you res someone with the gold bag, you're resing someone while not having to res them, like I said, because the Lifeline passive. And when you res them, it gives them half the health that they had. So for instance, if they had a purple shield, they'll get 100 health back. And this comes in clutch when you're using Lifeline. Now, another tip that I have with when you're using Lifeline or playing as Lifeline is always stay with your teammates. The reason you always want to stay with your teammates is because you're playing a support legend and Lifeline is the best at it. Now you can play aggressive with Lifeline, but there's so many things that you need to understand when playing Lifeline in ranked arenas and how crucial it is to be her and also to have her as a teammate. You can't be knocked, right? You can't be the first one to be knocked on your team, because if you're the first one to be knocked on your team, then it throws the whole purpose away of playing as a Lifeline, right? So the main thing that you should probably want to do is to stay with your teammates. Let your teammates go in first, or let them be the aggressive ones, because if they do get knocked, you get to use your ability, and your ability helps out a lot. And usually if your teammate gets knocked, you'll end up trading, right? You'll end up finishing off the person that they were fighting because they should be low, and you didn't take damage that much because they were fighting them, and you get to pick your teammate up while you knock them. So then it becomes a 3v2. You know what I'm saying? So just don't be knocked first when you're playing as Lifeline. You want to stay with your teammates. Another tip that when you're staying with your teammates is use your drone for your teammates or for yourself. But if you see your teammates popping a battery and let's say they lost a lot of health, give them the drone so they could heal a lot faster and get back into the fight. Another reason why you want to stay with your teammates is because if you're Lifeline, you're usually not going to be able to flank or get a huge angle on the enemies, because one, you don't have an ability to escape if you get in trouble or if you get caught in a bad position. like a Pathfinder with his grapple, or Octane with his stem, a Bangalore with her smoke, or a Gibby with his bubble, or a Wraith with her phase. Like, you don't have that ability with Lifeline. So when you're out by yourself trying to flank or trying to get an angle on an enemy, and if you get caught, you're gonna be in trouble, and it's not gonna be good, you know. And also, you want to stay with your teammates, because if your teammates get in trouble and they get knocked, you shouldn't have to go across the map just to res them, because by the time you get to them, if you're across from your enemies, if you're across from your teammate, the enemies is just gonna finish them, or you're just gonna get caught just going to them. So you want to stay with at least stay with one teammate. You guys want to stack, so that stack with your teammate that maybe isn't that good. If you see that they're struggling or getting knocked a lot, stay with that teammate. And yeah, you guys could double team an enemy or 2v2 an enemy, while maybe another teammate of yours who's good is doing his own thing. Let him do his own thing, and you can stay with the teammate that's doing bad and getting knocked a lot, and you get to use your ability. Now, Lifeline does have an advantage when it comes to 1v1s, because she is one of the smallest characters in the game, if not the smallest characters. I know that Lifeline, Wraith, and Watson are small characters in this game, so she has a smaller hitbox compared to other legends. So that's another tip to know and take advantage of when you're using Lifeline. I usually play characters like Gibby and Pathfinder, so when I play Lifeline, I definitely notice a big difference when it comes to when my enemies are shooting me. They're missing a lot more shots compared to when I'm playing Pathfinder or Gibraltar. So you do have a smaller hitbox, and just know that. Now, in the ranked arenas, they have blue supply bins. Now, these blue supply bins are supply bins that you'll see in regular Apex, like in the Battle Royale, and they allow you to get extra shield cells when you open them with Lifeline. And even if it's already open, you can open it, like let's say if in the beginning round someone opens it to where they get the Phoenix, the 2 bats, and the medkit. If you're Lifeline, you could definitely open it up to where you could grab the 8 extra shield cells. That's what comes in this blue supply bin. So that is big time and a lot of help if you're a Lifeline. Now, for the top guns for Lifeline, I have the R301, the Vault, the Wingman, and the G7 Scout. Now, the two main guns I would say are the R301 and Wingman, but I threw in the Vault and G7 in there as well. But mainly the guns that you want to have are good around, medium to long range. And the reason is because you want to play like that support role, like I said, and these guns are great for support. The G7 is good as well, but you want to use it more in the later rounds for when you're able to get like a secondary gun, because you don't want to just stay in the back with the G7 when you're playing Lifeline, because you want to be with your teammate and you want to help them out. That's why I have other guns like the R3, Vault, and Wingman. I feel like these guns do a lot of damage and help in these medium to long range and even short range fights. So those are the guns that I have when using Lifeline. Now, the best legend teammates to have, in my opinion, I want to say when you're playing Lifeline, you really want to play with aggressive teammates. So legends like Gibby, Octane, and Bloodhound. Now, the reason I have Gibraltar or Gibby is because you could pair up his bubble with Lifeline's ability to grab, supply bins. Good, right? He could bubble the supply bins, and you as a Lifeline can grab the extra 8 shield cells when you guys open it together. And you guys could definitely stack, go into the supply bins, just in case if enemies are going to target you guys. And this bubble and Lifeline's ability to grab extra shield cells is really helpful. And Octane, you want to have an Octane because of his jump pad. His jump pad can help you guys go to the supply bins, help you guys go to power positions, or go to the middle of the map where you guys can hold the enemies out. And this is good to have with his jump pad and having Lifeline, because you guys are playing aggressive and you have the ability of a Lifeline to help you res. And Bloodhound, I have Bloodhound here because he's always good. He gives you the information with his scans, and usually Bloodhounds are a lot aggressive in arenas or just in general. So I have Bloodhound in there as well. Now the best map for Lifeline, I think that, you know, there's some legends that you could say that the best map is for this legend because of their abilities. But because Lifeline's ability is mainly about just rezzing people, I don't think she has a best map. But if I had to choose, I'd probably go Phase Runner, just because that there are four material and 2 supply bins. So you could definitely in the early rounds go to the opposite side if you guys want to stack up on shields, meds, and those materials. So the reason I'd say Phase Runner would probably be her best map, but in all the maps are probably good with Lifeline. I don't think she has a best map. So yeah, this is my video when it comes to Lifeline and how to play her in ranked arenas. Basically, like I said, the main tips that you want to get at is do not be the first one to get knocked when you're playing Lifeline. Stay with your teammates just in case if they get in trouble or if they get down, you want to pick them up as soon or as quick as possible, because it helps you and it helps you guys out. Also know that the supply bins are something that you could grab and get extra shields if you guys plan on playing for the late game, you know, wearing the enemy's shields off, and you guys have 8 extra shield cells, which is big time. And also the biggest tip of playing Lifeline is always grab that gold backpack. The gold backpack is always going to come in clutch, and it's big time to have in ranked arenas. So yeah, this is the video. Let me know what you guys think. If you like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you watched this far, comment the number 100 in the comment section. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.